Righty, welcome to a very impromptu episode of, I don't know what we're going to call this, but it is definitely the Upland Down Under podcast, some version of it anyhow. This afternoon, I'm going to go over a few contemporary news events and outlining some information about a big giveaway campaign I've got going as part of the Evergreen Lahser node in Detroit. So before we do any of that, of course, we better do the disclaimer.
Warning, the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved contains content not suitable for anyone.
Yes. Now I am in the new podcast space again, and it's kind of set up. I've got one of the cables I needed, so I don't know how long the battery on this camera is going to last. So anything could happen. It might crash and burn with the internet connection and whatnot. So we'll see how we go. What I might do, just in case that does happen, is I might cover the basics of the Evergreen Lahser stuff straight up, just in case there is any shenanigans. At least I've got that out and done. So what's going on? Hey, Kinda. Hey, James. Pyatt, how are we going? Let me see if I can find this one. So what is Evergreen Lahser? Well, it is a very established neighborhood development project node, whatever you want to call it, in the, what is it? It's the top left side of Detroit. A lot going on over there. If you don't know much about what's going on at Evergreen Lahser or what it's all about, I would recommend that you go and check out an interview I did with one of the co-founders, Coach Funk. Super great guy. Awesome stuff he's got going on, and he's only one of the many members in Evergreen Lahser that have got a host of things going on. I mean, if you go over and check it out, there's Metaverse Ventures all over the place. I won't start shouting people out because I'll miss somebody and then I'll feel guilty. But yes, Coach Funk is a good person to touch base with to get things kicked off. If you are interested and you want to find out more, of course, he's on X and all over the place as well. So definitely go and check that one out. All right, so what have we actually got going on at Evergreen Lahser and why? Well, as you may know, there's a bit of a battle going on at the moment in the neighbourhood collections for September. We've got a bit over a week to go. Now, this graph on the left was very interesting when the data for this popped. I think everybody's eyes bugged out of their head. Evergreen Lahser had been on an exponential curve for quite a while. Like I said, it is a project that has been around for a long time, making slow and steady pace. But then probably the last couple of months, there's been a kind of big push by the team to kind of get things really ramped up. And that's intensified this month, of course. Coach and the team kind of, threw the gauntlet down that September's the month they were going to go for it. So they even managed to drag my ass out of Midtown Terrace. So I've jumped on over to help them out. I picked up a few extra properties, constructing those at the moment, trying to fill them up with, map assets and whatnot, doing everything that we can to try and boost the score. They did end up getting up to the number one spot, but then we had this weird thing where it was part of the announcement that Upland did about neighborhood ratings, and then all the charts went ballistic, which is kind of fair enough. The weird part of all that was that people had, I think it was Ace actually. Ace reached out in general and was asked, "What's going on here? Is this something to do with the new neighborhood rating system?" And then they were like, "No, it's got nothing to do with that." And we're all like, "Well, clearly it has, because we've never seen jumps in the charts like this ever." Some of the other ones as well in the charts, like exponential, is fair enough, but then that's parabolic beyond belief. So obviously they went back and checked it out. They said they were going to do that based on some of the chats we were having backwards and forwards in general. They were going to fix it up, and then they ended up pushing the score back to 2 days ago or something. So the charts were all over the place. Checked it this morning, I believe what it is, and Evergreen Lahser is still in the number one spot at present, 13.187. But who knows with these leaderboards? I mean, this could be updated tomorrow and it might be balked again. Who knows? So all that we know is that Evergreen Lahser, and as part of being I am one of the seed heads myself. If you don't know about the seed heads project, there are a few spots available left on that. I definitely recommend you go and check that out if you're somebody who likes what you see with Evergreen Lahser and get involved there. Anything's liable to happen. We do know there's a big push with some of these other projects as well. Who knows what's going to happen for September, but we're giving it our best shot. See what happens, see how things shakes out, because it's kind of weird timing actually, because I kind of mentioned to Coach in the DMs we're having that this is probably the last chance that I can to jump out of Midtown Terrace and have a crack at it with them to help push them along, because with this new neighbourhood scheme, which we'll get to after this, I'm going to have to get back into Midtown Terrace and try and kick things along there. I don't know that there's a lot we can do there because, Midtown Terrace is so developed. That's one of the positives about Evergreen Lahser is it is heavily developed, loads of MetaVentures, a lot going on, but there's still lots of room and lots of potential there to boost things up, as well as some of the other nodes and projects that are out there in the list, of course. So what have we got for the giveaways? Well, I'm kind of taking a leaf out of Upland's book, actually, where I've come up with the idea and I've put it out there, and maybe I don't have the finer details worked out just yet, but that's all well and good. We'll get to that. So I do know that I'll be giving away 500,000 UPX in prizes of 100,000, 90,000, 80,000, 70,000, 60,000, 50,000, 25,000, 15,000, 10,000. Also, a bunch of map assets care of Samurai Aquatics and the HDF Collective. Coach is going to put up a few map assets and whatnot. So basically, anybody who gets an entry in, you're going to win yourself some kind of prize. You might be lucky and take out the 100K, or you might be, I don't know if unlucky is the right word, but everyone's going to win a prize. So you'll win at least you'll come away with some kind of map asset care of Samurai Aquatics or the HDF Collective, as I said. So I guess the biggest question is, well, how do you get involved? How do you get a taste of that action? Well, that's pretty simple. Now, I tried to think, how can we set this up so it's attractive for existing residents, new residents, or people that can't be residents but still want to get involved? So I didn't get too overly complicated with things, but we'll see how we go here. So basically, this is open from now. So if you're listening to this live now, you'll be able to get your entry in straight away. If you are an existing resident of Evergreen Lahser, just DM me the details and you'll get yourself 20 entries in. That's pretty easy to do. If you are not a resident yet and you would like to be, if you already have properties there, of course, that's easy enough to do. Again, send me the DM details and I'll sort that out. If you want to get in on the secondary market and get in as a new resident that way, of course, that's an option. I believe the USD price is around the $15 to $19 mark, and the UPX price, I think that might be up around the 40,000. If you are somebody who doesn't have a property there, you don't have official residence there, you'd like to get involved, but maybe you can't for whatever reason, financially or whatever, I do have some properties that I will consider lending out temporarily as part of this kind of push that we're doing. So you can reach out and DM, ask me about that. Now, if you're not a resident and you're not going to be a resident, that's fine. You can still get involved. You can just help progress along with any sort of spark staked. So what I've got here is for every 1,000 Sparklet stakes, you're going to get yourself at least one entry in for the draws. So if you stake 10,000, obviously you're going to get 10 entries. Now, the key here, again, you've got to DM me the details of that. Screenshots is the easiest way, and just some information that's easy for me to go and double check it all. Basically, what I'm trying to do here is set it up so the onus is on you. If you've got, say, 10,000 Sparklet that you want to put into this and have a bit of a play around, it would benefit you to go and find a property that's already being developed that is almost at completion. If you stake those 10,000 Sparklet and that property gets inaugurated, gets finished, well, then you can restake that 10,000 Sparklet again and then get more entries. So kind of, we were looking at this I mentioned this in the Evergreen Lahser, the Discord channel, which link in the description. It's a bit of a shame that you can't see, I don't believe there's a way to see in the data which properties are being developed and which is the closest to being completed. That would be very helpful as, making node pushes like this. So you might have to do a bit of manually scrolling stuff, or you can just reach out to me and DM. I think I've got like 14 or 15 properties being developed at present. So yes, so if you got as little as 1,000 Sparklet to stake, you can get involved in this. And as I said, for any of the entries for any of these kind of features, just send me the DMs and the details so I can go back and check. And what do we got? James Pyatt 02 said $18.45K. Yep. Cheers. Yes, so very much doable at the USD rate. The UPX one, I gobbled a bunch of those up myself. So yeah, I can fully understand that. Kind of says too expensive for me right now. But yeah, if you want to get involved, you're somebody that I know. So obviously I trust you. So I do have some properties there that I could sling one over to you if you wanted to be a temporary official resident and whatnot. So hopefully that all makes sense. Basically, if you want to find out more, just send me a DM and I'll get to it as soon as I can. All right, so other Upland users, not going to stick around for too long because, as I said, I don't know how long this camera battery's going to last. Camera battery. I'm trying to get a secondary cable that can charge it as it's running. So here we go. Anyway, big developments. Now, I don't really care about this myself, but the one and only reason I pulled this up is because it was bit of controversy surrounded this one, which I thought was a bit hilarious myself. So another hidden gems bundle sale. Yeah. We're thrilled to introduce the latest hidden gems. I'm not going to copy or carry on about that. Now they've CERN S4, I believe you tagged me before about they're still using an exclusive sale here. You know, why do they use that terminology? I like how they changed that to elusive, or is that a typo? Who would know? The elusive property bundle. So a few different options here. Buy for $10, 6% chance to score a collection property. That's incredibly low chance. Prestige bundle, $30. And what did you get? A 15% chance. And a master bundle, $67 for a 23% chance. And of course, there's a couple of goes at the landmarks and whatnot. Now, there's plenty of butthurt that I saw about that in the community saying it wasn't worth it and blah, blah, blah. Well, I mean, if you're somebody who didn't read the fine print and just dive into it, I don't know what to tell you. I kind of outlined my 2 cents on that. Was that last night? Yeah, last night, 6 p.m. my time. So if your motivation to get involved in those bundle sales was purely to try and get a bargain, well, I don't know what kind of game you're playing. That's crazy. You're taking a very low percentage chance at a property, whereas if you go to the secondary markets, you can get guaranteed, exclusive, and often rare collections below mint. You choose exactly which property you want. It's not a gamble. You choose which city. You choose the size. So I mean, if you're taking that gamble to try and get those landmarks, that's one thing. But if you're taking the gamble thinking you're going to get a awesome deal, well, I think you're absolutely mad to have a go at it. But you know, Upland does have to keep the lights on the office. So I guess if you're falling into, I was going to say that trap, but maybe that's not a very nice thing to say. But if you're taking that route, thank you for helping keep the lights on the office. But if you're trying to boost your own kind of account and where you're at, I think you're far better off going into the secondary markets. Lots of great bargains to be had there. I don't know, anybody else in chat? What do you think about that? Yeah, it's I thought it was quite funny actually to see people getting so upset about it. Do you normally just go and buy things you don't know what you're buying? Well, good on you if you do. Maybe you got more money than you know what to do with. Must be a nice kind of position to be in. Now, I have had several DMs over the last couple of when did this news drop? Was it yesterday? Yesterday or the day before about the neighborhood ratings 2.0 version. I have not had a look at this in any detail at all. I've been super busy with the family. It was the first day of beach season for us yesterday, so we're off the beach. I skim Reddit. I kind of like what I saw, didn't like what I saw, and I guess I'll run through that now and offer my very biased half analysed opinion about it. So take that with a grain of salt for whatever it's worth. As somebody who has been heavily involved in neighbourhood ratings ever since it was the very first mention of it, I don't think there's a lot that can be done here as far as Midtown Terrace goes because, as I said, it's pretty much as developed as a neighbourhood can get. Let's have a look exactly what's going on. So finally, after, what has it been, 3 years, something like that, get ready for the Neighbourhood Collection Upgrade Challenge. All right, this is what we've been waiting for. Plenty of neighbourhoods have spawned collection status and it's time to take it to the next level. So we're excited to announce the next big stage in Upland's ratings contest set to go live on October 1st, just in time at the start of harvest season. Now, I like the idea of tying it to seasons. Makes sense. Tie everything to seasons, kind of simplifies things. At that aspect of it, I dig. This new event called the Neighbourhood Collection Upgrade Challenge. that's a mouthful, offers a thrilling opportunity for top-rated neighbourhoods to face off against each other and upgrade the collections, which we've known about that this was coming. We've known about this for years. This is more than just a new challenge. It comes with some important updates to how neighbourhood ratings will work moving forward. Here's what you need to know. Seasonal contests. Yes, I think that's good. Fair play for all neighbourhood sizes. Now, this is a big one because we did have neighbourhoods previously, big neighbourhoods, very active, developed neighbourhoods like Portage Park, who they didn't have a chance in hell of ever securing neighbourhood ratings based on the current system. So this is very good as far as I'm concerned. So we'll have a fair chance to compete for top ratings. Okay, how? Paid sends now count. Now, wow, okay. The number of paid sends within a neighbourhood will now contribute to its overall rating. This adds a new dynamic to neighbourhood engagement, rewarding active use of Upland's in-game mechanics. Does it though? Or, I mean, it's nice to know that there's a way that neighbourhoods can now actively work towards boosting some aspect of their score, but a paid mechanic like that, wow. I don't know how I feel about that. If I was somebody who wanted to sit there spamming sends and buying sends to do it to boost the score, maybe if you've got two neighbourhoods that it's coming down to the wire, which it may very well do with Evergreen Lahser and somebody or somebody's else, you know, obviously not this term because this is all happening before that all kicks off, but yeah, maybe that could be an aspect to play into, but I don't think I really like that one myself. It just seems like you're just going to get smashed with DMs. Hey, can you send, can you send over to my neighbourhood for the neighbourhood rating score? Maybe it'd be good if residents of that neighbourhood were excluded or something. But I mean, how do they police that in the back end? Who would know? Boost with seasonal ornaments. This is great. Give structural ornaments some functionality, a purpose to have them out there. This is a really great addition. Encourages more of the map to get developed. It encourages more input with the structure ornaments markets. There's some awesome content coming out there. The trouble is that if you've been following me along on Twitter, my interest in playing Upland has dropped off a cliff because it is just basically unplayable on my phone. Structure ornaments all over the place. It's going to make it even worse. Now, I think Swali outlined this a while ago, and I wasn't sure what he was talking about at the time, but I was in Evergreen Lahser. I had a structure ornament up on one of my apartment buildings, and I went to move some map assets over there, and the size scale went all to hell, and I had to take the structure ornament off and yada 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 to fix it all up. So yes, it's good, but the core foundations of the platform, can it handle it? All this extra stuff being added on, certainly can't on iOS. So yes, good, but a lot of work to be done to make it stable. Active players matter. Finally, we're also introducing a formula that takes into account the number of active players in a neighbourhood. That's a good thing for many neighbourhoods. This is one of the ones that's going to hurt Midtown Terrace significantly because a lot of the Midtown Terrace neighbourhood residents are people that they're not active. They've been around for a very long time, but yeah, I wouldn't call them active at all. The more players who regularly log into Upland and have their home address set in your neighbourhood, the better your rating will be. Yeah, even though that impacts on me and Midtown Terrace negatively, I think that's a great change. I think that's really good. This change rewards active, engaged communities. Yep. These updates launching on October 1st. Yes. Now, this was not supposed to happen until the start of the next season, but obviously it did because we saw the charts got all balked out to hell. So wait and see how that's going to all wash out. Neighborhood collection upgrade challenge. Yeah, so that's how you can secure your collection status moving forward. Positives and negatives in there. I think I still would love to know more of the details and the mechanics on how it's been, how everything else has been calculated. I still don't know why they don't let us in on more of the details for that, but that just is what it is. Now, this one, the neighborhood versus neighborhood, this was the big version 2 that we've all been kind of waiting for. So we're excited to introduce the Neighborhood Collection Upgrade Challenge, kicking off again October 1st. This new competition allows nodes to compete based on highest season-over-season percentage growth. So it's interesting that season over season. Only nodes that have earned a collection by winning the neighborhood rating contest are eligible to participate. So you would imagine that every node that has achieved collection status up to this point is going to be part of this first thing. When this competition launches, the top-ranked neighborhoods receive an UPEX earning boost for increasing their collections, while the bottom-ranked neighborhoods receive a decrease. I'm pretty sure we knew that was the case when it was first talked about the node versus node battles. Not all nodes that spawn a neighborhood collection automatically join this competition. Yeah, you cannot opt in or opt out. This is just the first iteration. We'll be making adjustments. Yes. Neighborhoods will be evaluated based on the season over season percentage growth in their rating scores. Top ranked neighborhoods will receive an earnings boost increase in their collections, while bottom ranked neighborhoods will receive a decrease. Now, this is a strange one here. Earnings boost can range from 1x to 2.99. So does that mean that's 1x? So that's just standard, right? So I don't know what that means. So mid to terrace, for example, we're going to struggle to do much here because percentage growth over growth, there's many of the stats we can't do anything with as far as, spark staked or anything like that. I don't know how that's going to play out. Does this mean that if we're in the bottom, does that mean we're going to go back to technically you're still a collection, but you don't have any sort of collection boost modifier? Don't know. Won't really matter too much in Midtown Terrace because the properties are so small. Nobody's buying properties there to make any sort of UPEX or anything from the collection boost. So it's more of a prestige thing, I suppose. If you are in a node that has big properties or something, obviously that could make a bit of a difference, especially if you get in the 2.99x range. See how we go. But what do we think about that? There's just so many unknowns. I don't really know what to make of that. Neighborhoods that upgrade their collection rarity will enter a 1-season cooldown period. Yep, during which they won't be eligible for earning boosts. That's good. I like that. So one massively engaged, super dominant neighborhood node isn't just going to take out every single season boost. I think that's really good. If a neighborhood finishes last at their base value earnings for 2 consecutive seasons, it will be removed from the upgrade leaderboard. While the collection remains intact, the neighborhood must secure first place on the new neighborhood leaderboard challenge to regain entry to the upgrade leaderboard. So yeah, it does seem like, so say Midtown Terrace gets last 2 seasons in a row, we're no longer going to be on the leaderboard. Technically, you're still a collection, but you're not a collection, and you're going to go back in the mix with everybody else who hasn't yet gained a collection status. That's okay. That's a bit weird, but I kind of get what they're doing there. When a node boosts its earnings enough, its collection will increase in rarity, unlocking even greater rewards. Upgrading your collection's rarity level will not only enhances the one-time reward, people aren't doing it to get the one-time reward, but it also makes your neighborhood's collection even more valuable and sought after. Yeah, it's more of a prestige thing, I would imagine. Bit of a flex, which is all well and good. The table below outlines the earning boost ranges required to each ascending level. Yes, blah, blah, blah. Last place, minus 0.1. Interesting. Collection rarity, yeah, we knew all that. Elevate your neighborhood. The Neighborhood Collection Upgrade Challenge introduces a fresh layer of competition where neighbors can boost their earnings. Yes, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, no, just keep going. I thought they were finished. Maybe this is what everyone was saying the confusion with it was. As a reminder, neighborhood ratings measure the progress and development of each neighborhood or node. Yeah, now this is my bone of contention with this whole thing. Okay, that's well and great. But what about nodes that are fully developed, like Midtown Terrace? The progress of development, we can't do anything. Why should we be punished for doing as much as we could early on in the process when we didn't have all of the information? Seems dumb to me. Like I said, it is what it is. But when you get to the node versus node battle, there's just no realistic opportunity for that to be a fair fight. It's just not. One of the things I haven't touched on is it's going to be very interesting now to see how at the moment, even myself included, we're seeing a lot of people jumping into different node projects to help out, to help boost the score. And it's been a you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back situation. Well, this is going to shake that all up considerably, because if it's a seasonal thing, even if you take out the collection for one season and you have that cooldown period, you're going to want to keep your progress up. You're not going to want to jump out to different neighborhoods and that. So that whole aspect's going to be fascinating to see how that's going to play out, shake things up in the community for sure. So yeah, as far as this whole I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine situation, that might be out the window. I think that's going to be very difficult to maintain in this new kind of system. So, I said we needed more details. Maybe that's here. To do this, every node will be evaluated by an 8-part rating system every season. The 8 factors are average spark hours allocated per property. Yes, we knew that. Residential structures. Average number of residents. Yes. Number of meta ventures. I mean, that can be gamed as well. The amount of how easy it is to open a meta venture now, and how low the fees are. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think instead of average number of meta ventures per property, it should be related to sales or something like that, because every single property in a neighborhood could technically be a meta venture if people wanted to do that. How much that would boost the score, who would know? But yeah, that's just going to be game to hell, and you're going to have neighborhoods filled up with meta ventures that there's no items listed in them, or there's 1 or 2 items or something silly like that. So I'd much rather see the sales figure or something like that. Average spark hours allocated for map assets. Yep, so that's good. So yeah, we knew that from the get-go. Fill your properties up with as much decor as you can. Obviously, neighborhoods that have active factories within them, or showrooms, or association with people with factories and showrooms, they're going to be at a significant advantage. Same with the structural ornaments as well. Average UPEX contributed to the community pool, each per property. Yep, that's a pretty good one for the secondary markets. But again, you've got mature places like Midtown Terrace where there's very, very minor movements in the market, if any at all, per season. Not much you can do there. Number of paid sands, yeah, I personally don't like that one. That can be just gamed all to hell. Seasonal ornaments, yep, like the one. Neighborhoods with more active players, yep, all well and good. Neighborhood ratings are calculated and updated once a day. Don't tell me it's on the freaking leaderboard again. We understand that these factors might give smaller nodes an advantage, since it might be easier to achieve a higher per property statistics. Well, not really, because smaller neighborhoods, they max out on what they can do much faster than larger neighborhoods. So it's always pros and cons. To level the field, we've introduced a grading curve. Oh boy. Oh boy, grading curve to the calculation that gives larger nodes an additional multiplier to level the field. And let me guess, we're never going to find out what's involved in the grading curve. It's just one of those mysteries that's going to be. Maybe that's probably what happened when we saw that the chart that went to bloody crazy hill. Where is it? I betcha that is what this was all about. That exponential growth in that. I betcha that's the grading curve in there. Because we had neighborhoods go from, 3rd or 4th place right up to 2nd, or, just rocketing it up into the stratosphere. I believe Portage Park even rocketed way up there as well. And like I said, they've been in stagnant land for ages. So very interesting how they're going to play with that one. Yeah, that's going to create a lot of questions, that I would imagine. This goal is to ensure a fair scoring system. Well, what would ensure a fair scoring system is to make everything transparent, so people could do the calculations exactly. Like, we get the score, whatever it is, 13 point blah, blah, blah. Well, there should be enough transparency within the system so that we can work that out and we can see the breakdown exactly of how that all works out to get that score. That would be a fair system. As such, there may be further adjustments to the grading curve or the evaluation factors above as we measure results, sure. Benefits of neighborhood ratings. Who wouldn't want to be the Joneses of the metaverse? Being in the top tier of neighborhood ratings is an honor, and each season there are awards for the king of this Upland hill. Okay, so it seems like there might be more than meets the eye as far as future people that win that node versus node battle. You can imagine maybe they have custom block explorers, custom skins for their 3D bloody people thingos, or who knows. There's a whole different bunch of ways that they could do that, which that'd be cool to see. So yes, from now on, or as of October 1st, there's going to be 2 neighborhood rating collections, the benefit from a node collection, of course. Yep, they just need to own a property. That's still going. Neighborhood collection spawn competition. This competition rewards 1 node with it. Didn't we just cover all that? To win, neighbors should work together to achieve the highest rating on the neighborhood rating leaderboard. Well, that's what we've been doing for years. Yeah, the winning node gets a standard neighborhood collection. Are they just reiterating what they've already said? This competition is only for nodes without an existing collection. Once a node tops, yeah, we already know that. All right. So pros and cons in there, I guess. I'm impressed that the camera batteries lasted this long. How long have we been on? 30 minutes. So that's interesting to know. I've been waffling on. So I will do an impromptu giveaway as well. I haven't set anything up, so let me just see if I can find the giveaway tool for that. If you're stuck around this long and it's managed to stay working, let me set that up. And while we're setting that up, I'll just go back to here. So yes, make sure you go in and check out what's going on over at Evergreen Lahser. Check out the interview with Coach Funk if you want to find out more about it. We covered that. Yeah, I'm giving away 500,000 UPX, and there's only, what have we got, a bit over a week left to do it. So plenty of prizes there. Everybody who gets an entry in wins a prize. Become an official resident, help out with building Spark. Lots of ways you can get involved. And the key point of all of that, of course, is you have to DM me the details so that I can tally it all up on the back end. So let me get out of there, and StreamYard giveaway tool is working. And I'll say don't do it yet because I haven't got it set up yet. The hashtag is going to be EL78. So you can go ahead there now if you are in the live. Go ahead and drop the hashtag EL78. Come on, do it. Everyone must be asleep. There's a few of us here. There's 13 people watching. Come on, where's your hashtags? I'm not on. There we go. Thank you, James. There's one. Kinda. Thank you. EL78. Ace. I'll let that go for a few minutes, or a little bit anyway. So yes, neighborhood ratings, I think it's good. Obviously, shocking timing that it just happened to be with Evergreen Lahser and a few of the other communities that were just pushing right now to go for the September one. As I said, the leaderboard, there's all sorts of shenanigans has happened to the leaderboard in the last couple of days. I expect more shenanigans. Who knows? It may come down to the wire. There may be a massive blowout, but we're having a bit of fun doing what we can to have a crack at it and see how we end up over at Evergreen Lahser. So what do we got? 7. All right, I'm going to run this. If you listen along, make sure you get in it. No, I don't think it matters if it's capitals or not. Well, I hope not. Maybe chuck another one in just in case, kind of. Don't know. Vape High Guy, you've put EL7/8. So I'm pretty sure it won't have captured that one. You want to fix that one up? I'll put one in for you just in case if this pops up. If this one gets up, that'll be for Vape High Guy. All right, we're going to run this. I'll just do the usual. I'll do 10,000 UPX after fees, and we'll roll it again. I think I can roll it again. We'll do a mystery map asset. Let's see how we go. Best of luck, everybody. This is for 10,000 UPX. And that goes to, I know Vape was in there. It did. Don't tell me I caught it. Mesme. Hey, Mes. Mesme. I'll try to get hold of you today. Now, what can I do? Draw again. Yes, so that was the 10,000. And we'll do one more for a mystery map asset. And that goes to Vape High Guy. Look at that. He did get in there in the end. Well done. I bet you I know exactly where Vape High Guy is going to drop his mystery map asset. He'd be straight in the Evergreen Lahser, I would imagine. All right, best of luck to all of the other nodes that are competing for September as well. Like I said, I have dragged my way out of Mid-10 Terrace very temporarily to help the Evergreen Lahser out. All the best to Coach Funk and Vape High and Ginskriller and everybody else over there in the Evergreen Lahser node. Lots of great stuff going on. Make sure you check out some of the links in the description and check out what's going on over there. And with that being said, I was going to say catch you later. Now, I will say this was just a very impromptu thing. I didn't have any real idea of if I was going to do this, when I was going to do this. Still have scheduled the next proper Upland development. Oh, I was going to say Upland Development United. That's how rusty I am. The Upland Down Under podcast, the next one of those will be held the first Thursday in October. That's probably the next main scheduled one I'll do. Other than that, all the best, and we'll catch you later.